How does everyone feel about the girl being stabbed just trying to take a bus? I feel as though it was really fucked up, and the fact that nobody helped her, it really opened my eyes because I'm one of those people that say that I walk with God, and it's like I don't need a gun, I don't need a knife, I don't need like these simple things because I'm gonna be looked at. I'm gonna be looked after, and I feel as though I can defend myself. But as all of those people on that bus just sitting there watch that shit happen and nobody tried to help, I feel like that shit's fucked up. But then I put myself in that situation and I say like, would I have helped? Because I was just on the train a couple days ago, and there was this guy that was getting robbed. He was asleep on the train, and he was getting robbed while he was sleeping. Stupid nigga. Why you sleeping on the train? But I caught it late. He had already woken up and got caught. But everybody around him was watching it happen, like physically just looking right at it happen, and didn't help. None. It was a black man robbing a person that wasn't from here. But it was a bunch of black people.
I mean, you're putting your life on the line for somebody you don't know. You're risking. You see this guy is stabbing this chick in the neck. You don't have your switch on you. You got nothing on you. And I can't say that I would jump in and try to save that chick because I'm not trying to die myself.
A lot of people in their mind is probably on some. I want to make it home.
That's what I'm saying.
What I will say,
you won't have to think about that. Self-preservation gonna kick in immediately once you start seeing her bleed out like that. You're gonna think about self-preservation. Two, it's just you. Even with police officers, if one of their partners get hit in the middle of a gunfight, they're not going to stop the gunfight to try to save him. The danger is still imminent. So you have to neutralize that danger. That dude was still on the train. So they don't know if I start helping her, is he going to stab me next? Or you know what I'm saying? And they're probably in shock. Everybody hasn't seen something like that happen before. So they're probably in shock too. That was a lot of blood. It happened so quick. They had to process what happened. Because I even watched the video.
Did you guys see Prophet's question in the chat?
Well, I was going off of his first question first, though.
Oh,
but what I was about to finish is it makes me feel as though I need to at least have something on me to protect not even myself but the people around me. Not as far as a gun, but something like you know what I'm saying?
What, some rocks?
Nunchucks.
Something, bro. Something. Because no, I'm not carrying a gun, bro. No, I'm sorry. It's not. It's over.
Nice.
I feel like it's overkill. It's honestly a gun in any situation is almost overkill unless another person has a gun.
9 times out of 10, the other person has a gun, Odell.
Nobody had a gun on that train.
So that's a good question, though. That the second one Prophet asked: would there have been riots if the races were switched in two situations? Yeah. Number one, if a prominent leader in the black community was sniped for the whole world to see, would there have been riots? And number two, if a white man was killed by a black officer because they were having an OD on the ground and the officer didn't take life-saving measures to try to save that person, would there have been riots in that situation too, referring to George Floyd? If the roles were switched in both instances, Charlie Kirk...
Wait. Talking about. Go back. What was that? George Floyd didn't die from no overdose, bro.
He was in the middle of an overdose. He couldn't breathe. He was high on fentanyl. He couldn't breathe. The cop should have tried to save his life. He clearly was having an overdose, and the cop did not save his life. Instead, he watched him die. Right? So, piece of shit dude for sure needs to be locked up. The cop. But point is, if the roles were reversed, would white people have rioted if that was a white man that died under the knee?
Nope.
No, because the scale isn't tipped to that.
But that's not true, John. That's not true. They just don't put that shit on the news. Oh, they put that shit on the news for y'all to fall for. Oh, that's why they put it on the news.
We're not going to sit here and act like we haven't been it hasn't been injustice in our communities when it comes to police officers, when it comes to color.
This is true.
We're not going to sit up there and act like that's never happened or the statistics are even anywhere near that. So
we don't
gets
know
to
that.
a boiling point. Now,
hold on. Say that part again, John.
I said it gets to a boiling point. I guarantee you that we wouldn't be able to keep on killing white people and they don't do nothing about it. They don't riot or they don't do shit about nothing like that. I guarantee you we couldn't do that.
You know what made me mad about this shit, bro? Because blacks kill blacks more than anybody.
Right.
But that don't mean that white people killing black people constantly makes it right just because black people killing black people.
I mean, let me ask.
But why is it not a riot when a black kill a black?
Yeah, which should happen.
And this was my issue with Black Lives Matter. Because if Black Lives Matter, it should matter at all times, no matter who kills you. So if a black person killed a black person, why y'all ain't out in them streets rapping then?
Because
only when it seems like it's gonna be profitable is when y'all want to come out.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the share button.
I look at it like
share the stream.
It's mutual. It's mutual lifestyles that collide when blacks kill blacks. Both of those, mainly, both of those had beef. Both of those people were actively trying to harm each other. Both of these groups were basically at war. So,
because innocent people get killed in the midst of them stupid ass gang violence.
But that innocent people get killed in Gaza in the stupidest goddamn war.
We're in America. Let's focus on America. We're in America. We talking about America.
The Gaza situation's fucked up. That's
it is. We already. That's most obviously. It's terrible.
You're right.
But why are you bringing up some shit that's happening over there? Just to,
can I ask John a question real quick? And John, I'm curious to hear your answer real fast, John, because you said something about the past, right? You said something to the extent of it's been happening to black people. They've been getting killed by police officers. You referred to the past as to why there was riots, right? Basically, there's a boiling point, is what you said. I'm curious, what is that boiling point? Like, is there a number? Like, if there was, if there's 3 million people, white people killed by police officers, we're not at our boiling point yet. But when we hit 15 million, we're going to be at our boiling point. Like, why is there a boiling point? What is the boiling point? You see what I'm saying?
And why is it only half-assed? Like, why does at some point we just stop caring? It just until the next one happens. Then we riot for a little while, and then we say fuck it, and then we wait for the next one to happen, and then we riot for the why?
I have no clue. I can't answer that. But he was asking like it's been going on for decades, bro. Like just black people on video getting their ass kicked by the police. Oh, they were resisting. They come up with something and nothing happens. That's where most of it comes from. Now, when
you don't think white people are being
all
killed
the way
by
back
police
with Rodney
officers?
King, they keep getting acquitted. Either they get acquitted in the court in the state, or they go to the Supreme Court. They get acquitted with things like that. They're just now starting. Now those riots. Now people were starting to get held accountable. They talk about the shit with Trayvon Martin. Oh, he was breaking in houses. They ain't got no evidence against that. They say he was breaking in houses, but from what I understand, he lived in that neighborhood.
Let me ask you to clarify though. Do you think it's only black people getting killed by police officers, or do you think it's just more black people getting killed by white police officers?
No.
I could be wrong, but I think majority are actually white that get killed by the police officers. I could be wrong, but I think it's
the news.
If you add up the people that's getting killed by police officers, and you add up the injustice in the justice system, all of them, they look at all of that as one. The injustice that goes on in the court systems, from the prison sentences, the outrageous prison sentences, that it's documented that it's white people and black people damn near have identical charges. This guy got 30 years, this guy got 5. The only difference is they damn near had the same record. Around the same age. One was
I
white,
mean,
one
you
was
could
black.
you could look at R. Kelly, and you could look at
I was gonna say,
what was the chick's name? She had the it was some white lady. She had the same charges pretty much, but she only got like 30 something, 39. I don't even remember
who you're
exactly
talking about. I would challenge it, honestly. If that was presented, if a specific like situation was presented to me, like R. Kelly compared to Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell spending the rest of her life in prison. R. Kelly, same thing. You feel me? Ghislaine Maxwell's white too. You know what I mean? So I would challenge it. I would challenge it. I would challenge what I'm saying is I would challenge the fact that if a white person gets caught with an ounce of weed and a black person gets caught with an ounce of weed, the black person's going away for longer.
Wait. But don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. There are cases. There are cases to where what John is saying is true, but I don't feel it.
Them.
But no, but what I'm saying is I don't feel as though it's at the high rapid rate that the media tries to make it out to be, just to keep your mindset at ease and keep holding you to where you are. Because
Prophet, this your fault, by the way.
Because you don't never hear the outcome. You don't never hear
He just wants to get to the video, bro.
The outcome of these cases don't never get glorified the way that the initial
when it comes
thing
to
happens.
Criminal cases, though, there's a lot of fucking differences, bro. It depends on county, city, state, past convictions, past charges. Are you on probation or not? Like, are there victims involved? It depends on so many different aspects. If you took a like for like case, an ounce of weed for an ounce of weed, are they going away for the same time or a different amount of time? You know, like it's so many differences. It's hard to even talk about that.
Definitely.
And you have to go from the police car. That means you have to meet a racist cop, then you have to meet a racist judge, then you have to meet, you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to go from racist person to racist person to racist person in order for this to continue. Because at some point, do you not feel as though you reach somebody that's of justice, that chooses to uphold the law and to the greatest of its extent?
Oh, most definitely. Put it like this, most of the judges that you go up against, I can't say I went up against the judge, oh, you was just racist. I can't really say that. Because at the end of the day, like, you got fair ones, and then you got judges that's lean more towards the stern, and that all comes with what they ran on and how their politics are. If they're hard on crime and they come for shit like that, they're probably going to try to prove that. That goes with their voting and all of that. The judges don't have the power to do anything to you until after you're convicted. They're just a referee. Once you're convicted, that's when the discretion goes in, the ball's in their court. You go through the prosecutors and all of that. Now, you do have a lot of racism, that's a big indictment to put on somebody, but you can, let's say, more biased prosecutors when it comes down to young black males. Like, they got this thing in Florida, they call them super predators.
Hold on one second before I lose my thought, because I have another thing to throw into there, because I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it. How much of it do you think is perspective, though, right? Because your perspective is black people are getting locked up more than white people. Black people, will go down for a longer time more than white people. But how much of it do you think is perspective? Like, is it like, why is that? Like, what is it? Because black people are getting arrested more than white people? And if they are getting arrested more than white people, why is it? Is it their community, or is it white cops just fucking hate black people and they're just arresting them for the hell of it, or are they actually doing something to get arrested more than the white community is doing something to get arrested?
I mean, I probably don't know. I can just speak on like my community, because I don't know, what goes on in the white people community. I don't know if they got a neighborhood weed man or whatever they got.
The cool thing in the black community is to be a criminal.
No, the fuck it's not.
How is it not?
I didn't say that.
How is it not? How is it not?
That's not all the way.
That's not all the way true.
Because it's not all the way true, but there's less idols and there's less people to look up to that are telling you to do right? Like you don't have as many people like that in the black community that are telling you
True.
you should be doing this instead of this. Don't get arrested, do this instead, right?
You listen to Little Dirk, you listen to these people. Oh yeah, they great, they good, live by them. You listen to J. Cole, you listen to these people. Oh, you a square ass nigga. Why you listen to stuff like that?
I never said that.
But in our community, that's what it said.
Yeah, but
Listen to NBA YoungBoy. Don't listen to Lupe Fiasco. That's a smart ass nigga. Don't listen to him.
some people don't have the brain. They just don't have. They don't have the.
No, John. Don't
capacity.
do that. Don't do that. Every time we try to break you down, you try to swindle and squiggle your way out of it. Don't do that.
They don't have the brain power because the white man
Didn't say that, Juwan. Because I got the brain capacity to listen to all of that shit. And I was in the same neighborhoods. I was in the same everything. It all goes, but like I said, I had my father. My father played a big part in that. I ain't finna sit here and play like, oh, I'm all knowing. No, my father had a big part in playing in a lot of my life. And some of those boys didn't have that same luxury. So
right.
Like I said, like with Charlie Kirk, when I was like, he was outside looking in. I'm outside looking in, but I'm more inside looking in at the same time. Because
but you know what's crazy though when you say that? Like, cause sometimes people that's on the outside can see better than the people that's in the inside.
I like that one. I like that one. I like that one.
That's most definitely true. But you can't come talk like you all knowing. Now you might have an idea of how
but the person is not saying that they all knowing. He's literally just going off of the statistics of what's being shown.
Mm-hmm.
And a statistic don't become a statistic unless people are doing it.
Right, but it's real lives behind those numbers. If you haven't never touched those real lives, you can sit there and crunch numbers all day. You ain't never been in the field.
But that's what he's trying to do now. He's trying to touch people's lives and let you know, like, hey, it's a different way you can do it, and you don't have to do it this way.
Precisely.
Then he should. I mean, the people that he's talking to on their way, they in college and all that. Go to the neighborhoods where they need to hear that.
Again,
he's reaching the people.
He took the conversation to the people that was willing to talk to him.
Understandable, but
but the thing is, if he was to go do that in the hood, man, realistically, like it's gotta be a black
dude. Who the fuck is this white boy, man?
Yeah, it's gotta be a black dude. If a black dude went and set up a table in the hood and was like, "Yo, debate me," that might go better. If it was a white guy like Charlie Kirk,
I don't even think it'd go better.
I don't know. I won't say that because Tommy G, he goes out there. He gets in the streets, in the grime and the gritty.
What streets he going to?
He's not debating them. He's just seeing how they operate and shit like that. But yeah, Tommy G, he get out there. But we
like he fear mongering like with white folks. He like, oh, black people out actively looking for white people to do. Bro, that's not true. That ain't true at all. What? Like I guarantee you, like in certain hood now you would definitely have to watch what you say or how you say it, because you got a lot of people that's emotionally and sensitively charged on certain topics because it's gonna hit home.
It's less people in the hood trying to get out of that mentality and get out of the hood than there is with people and kids in colleges. He's doing more
because they've been in there. They don't see nothing past that. Like you really got to get into the mindset.
So you saying they too far gone? Fuck them.
No, I'm not saying they too far gone, but they don't. It's a lot of people that be in these projects. I'm talking about, let's say, a project that's been up like mine. Mine was up for a good point of over 100 years in West Tampa. Like, I know people that's never left there until they knocked the bricks down that motherfucker. Like, never left there. It's out of their comfort zone. They don't speak well, or they feel like they don't speak well.
But you grow more when you out of your comfort zone.
Yes, they're afraid to get out of their comfort zone. They're afraid to approach people that they feel like is smarter than them because they're gonna feel like they're stupid, or those people are looking at them like they're stupid. I know this personally. I had to my Odell, you know about my brother-in-law that died down in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about that shit all the time. He was one of those people. He felt like that he couldn't have a intellectual conversation because he didn't feel like he was always smart enough, or he never left this neighborhood, so he didn't know how to talk to anybody outside of there. So just getting them out of their comfort zone and getting them out into the world.
The coolest weirdo.